I just sold this Greninja SIR for 450 bucks and decided not to send it to PSA. But I'm still gonna run it through the full G2G inspection, not to gamble on a grade, but to appreciate what makes this card special before it leaves my collection. But to really appreciate everything, I think we should start on the left side of the card and slowly pan over. First off, wow. The color selection is perfect. The different shades of pink in the background, paired with the yellow highlighting throughout, ties everything in spectacularly. The deep purples in the background create amazing depth, and the subtle pink highlights on Greninja are perfect. Everything fits wonderfully, and if there was ever a sneaker collaboration done, I could definitely see this colorway brought to market. And I don't know if this was done on purpose, but the artist was able to tie in the hologram pattern into the artwork itself. You can see the round texture on Greninja's tongue loops seamlessly, and the pattern on his head gives him texture that should absolutely be appreciated. Susumu Maeda knocked it out of the park with this card. Let's jump down to the bottom half of the card to check out the rest of these amazing details. Look at how perfect that reflection is. The colors accent the details without taking any attention away from Greninja. Yet, with all the attention to detail, you can see that the artist spent just as much time here to make sure everything fit nicely. You can even see the waves and the bubbles slightly distorted, just like you would in real life. These details are amazing. Everything on this card is stunning. So congratulations if you were one of the lucky people to pull it. Let's take a closer look at some of the corners and edges, and then I'll show you why I didn't send this card in. Have you ever seen a holograph pattern fit perfectly on a Pokemon type indicator? Well, now you have. And personally, that was one of my favorite details. But I also find it very impressive how well the machines are able to capture the color gradient. We're over 100 times zoomed, and the details are stunning. Nice little pattern switch right here. And this is Greninja's tongue flopping outside of the border. And you know, these green and yellows kind of remind me of the Froakie full art. And I guess it should, since the cards are a part of a combined illustration. Now this card was just about perfect. The corners were nice and round, the edges were cut straight with no edge whitening, and when I examined it with the UV light, I didn't find any scratches or roller lines. And since everything else checks out, then why didn't I send it in? And for that, there's just one word: centering. If you press pause, you'll see that the left side is on a 2 and the right on the 3, putting that centering at 60-40. And while the top and bottom do look pretty even, you can see that the left side is just a bit higher, indicating that the portrait is slightly crooked. However, that doesn't really matter, since the left and right are 60-40, that's what the front centering grade will be. Now the back of this card is a different story, and I was really surprised, because from what I've seen, the back of cards are usually very off-center. However, this one was pretty much perfect, if only the front looked like this. So as I show you this last edge, there is one more defect I wanted to show you that's on the rear surface. And without magnification, I wouldn't even have been able to see it. Do you see all of those little white specks? Those are the dreaded printing specks you've heard so much about. And they are all over the back of this card. But without zooming in, you can barely even see them. This is the type of defect that's easy to miss, but will cost you a 10. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because I pulled a Mega Zygrade SIR, and we're running that through the card inspection next.